on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
To throw is Fields.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
This goes out wide from Mixon. And the Bengals have got a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 4.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
11.
Now it's Burrow. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it.
I'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Following the fumble recovery, Fields
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Campbell. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down.
Fields now to throw.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
Fielded at about the 28. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
11 mighty.
Burrow will throw. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields. This to Jarwin. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
11 empty.
And they go play action now. Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bengals at 8-1 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a give here to Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill puts it off. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On one, right?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the second.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it.
They'll get it inside the 20.
And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
11 Thomas.
Burrow on play action.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
T. Higgins
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Here's Fields. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Off play action, Fields. He's got Jordan complete right side.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Throwing again is Fields.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll run for it with Pollard. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going short of the line to gain.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Well, throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
11,
In motion right here, Boyd.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 MT.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that is incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Fields. Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Fields throw taken in by...
Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Bengals grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Jonathan Grenard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right.
Here we go.
Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
11.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. It's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now a hit and a loose football. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
First down, here's Burrow. This will be caught at about the 5. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and they can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain
Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Now Burrow on first down. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game with a team still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jonathan Grenard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there. And that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Up the middle they go. Pollard. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
11.
In motion comes the tight end left. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. This goes out wide for Mixon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals extend their lead yet again. McPherson on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Fields. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. Mixon with a first down carry. They'll get this down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 38, Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Jonathan Grenard getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Fields. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 69 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film set.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Pollard going to try the right side. And some room to run now. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Fields going to hold on to it. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bengals, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise a bar, how to go large, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up and show out and surf the crowd. Trust me, you ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never been to a show like this. I'ma give you something to remember forever. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Bosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug introduced.
Boys make major moves, still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Till we all big time. Face on my rollie on big time. Facing my goals, that's a big climb. Still my flow is unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I need it, I ain't where I wanna be. I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my darkest of thoughts. I am a force. I harbor the light that's inside of my heart. I write in my art and give you my story. You the witness. I came on a mission to give you my pain and give you my glory. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining. Nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears. But I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. I overcame all the odds. I ain't been playing it safe, nah. I was just giving my all. I'm taking it there. Hop in the Wraith and we lay in the stars. I made it happen to boss, yeah. I was just playing my cards. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. It's gonna be a riot, doubt me it's quiet. I got the can of gas, I'm about to ignite. I am driven, I won't ever get tired, cause I've been left behind, I have to get right. Waiting on the sign, now I just wait on myself. Got nothing weighing on the mind. One thing I learned after all this time, the mountain you carry meant for you to climb. All this time, I'm on the grind.